Coming to you live from the top secret broadcasting bunker here at Area 52, just outside of Roanoke, Virginia. This is Pastor Mike, and I am online, and I am live today, and we're pleased as punch to announce a new sponsor for the Pastor Mike online broadcast. This broadcast is being brought to you by Osiris Shoes. When you want to run like a god, run with Osiris. I'm just making that up. Somebody sent me that, and I thought it was funny, especially in light of the accusation. And this is not the first time that I have been accused of this, okay? There is a book out there by Texas Marsus, okay? I remember reading Tex Mars books back in the 90s, even before God kind of started me in this ministry that I'm doing right now. And but I have just I started stepping back away from him several years ago. There's just, I don't know, there's something about this guy. Anyway, Tex Mars puts out this humongous book. And I've got a copy of it downstairs. I forgot what it was called. But Mars writes this book, and he's got 7,000, 8,000 pictures in it, okay? And all of these pictures are reportedly famous people throughout the world that Tex Mars can prove beyond any shadow of a doubt whatsoever that they are an official member of the Illuminati. He can prove it because of the pictures. Now, in fairness, I'll say this. There are some of the pictures, photographs, that were obviously posed. And in some cases, it does kind of look deliberate. Okay? But a majority, and maybe some of you know what book that is, a majority of the pictures that are in there were taken, I'm going to call it on the fly. In other words, it was part of a speech that someone was giving, whatever. When people talk, their hands move, especially if you are an Italian, okay? Italians talk with their hands or whatever they got in their hands, okay? If they got a knife in their hand and they're talking, you better back up, okay? But people talk with their hands, okay? And invariably our fingers, because they're mobile, they will do things. They will do things. We might want to point something out, and we'll do that, or we'll say something like this, or whatever, okay? I was sitting in church last night. Fantastic services we had this week with Pastor Reg. What a good friend he is. But I noticed at one point he did this with his hand. Okay, what he was doing, he was just simply making an illustration of like one or the other. Okay, now, if anybody will get that video, and we have them posted on sermonaudio.com, and we actually have a DVD we're going to send out in our watchers packets. If you will take a screen capture of Reg Kelly doing this, send it to Tex Mars. I'm sure that he would like to have it in there that Reg Kelly is a member of the Illuminati, because he made a Masonic hand gesture with his hand. I had somebody, believe it or not, write me and ask me a question, and I've got an email I'm going to read, but somebody asked me, they said, we heard from somebody, we heard it from somebody who watched you do it, said you cast a spell, a hex over your congregation. You cast a hex over them. And it was undoubtedly, I did something with my fingers, and they went, gotcha! Okay, you Illuminati Mike Hoggard, you. Somebody wrote me an email last night, and they said, we're going to apologize before we say this. Love your videos, like your teaching, everything that you say. But I'm real suspicious of you because you refer to children as kids, and everybody knows those belong to goats. And I think you're secretly trying to convince people that they're from Baphomet. And I'm going, oh, come on. I get a little, look, I get a little annoyed, and maybe I shouldn't. There are a lot more serious things to deal with, and I'm going to deal with something today that I think is absolutely of vital importance today. But here's the email that somebody, they wrote it in just today. When did it come in? 2:20 a.m. So I'm assuming this person, I don't know where they live. Anyway, it was from a man by the name of Danny. And here's what he said. He said, Pastor Mike, I really need you to ask these questions. I think he meant answer the question. I'm assuming that English is not this guy's first language, so I'm thinking European or something like that. Pastor Mike, I really need you to ask these questions. You have to tell me if in reality you are a truly follower of Jesus Christ or just another agent or Mason infiltrated. For many signs tell me or point me to believe in this. Just be honest. For I believe in how you preach the word of our Lord in the image of the cartoon-like image in your website. This one, it looks as you have chosen to show a hidden 6 formed with you hand, and the O of online, I believe you are showing a 666. No, I'm not. I'm not. And I just want to ask the question, can you find anything that I ever said that would lead you to believe that I am a secret agent of the Illuminati that is trying to infiltrate the King James only crowd? And I actually had somebody who visited this church from Florida that she has broken off all conversation. She has cut off, she was on our mailing list, everything, because she had in her mind, she was convinced in her mind that I was an agent of the Illuminati. And I had infiltrated the King James only crowd to warp their brains to get them to follow the Antichrist. That's what she accused me of. Danny, I'm not. I'm a guy. I'm a guy. I'm a human being. I am made out of dirt. In my flesh, there is no good thing. If you want to accuse me stuff, I can give you a whole list of sins that I've committed in 45 years of life that you would go like that. Okay? I probably won't tell you everything, but I'm just telling you, I am a nasty, dirty, vile sinner that has been saved by the grace of God. I don't work for the Illuminati. I don't work for the Freemasons. I have not given out secret handshakes. I have not deliberately flashed Illuminati signs to tell the Illuminati brethren that I'm really on your side. Just work with me here. It's not true. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, I want to encourage everybody. We tend to want to pass judgment, and I understand. We've been lied to. I understand. I get that. There are certain men crept unaware. Jude warns us about that. Okay? But I wouldn't go on the basis of a flash photography of fingers that just happen to be in a very suspicious manner and say, see, I think they're Illuminati. You know what you do? You listen to what they say. You listen to what's coming out of their mouth. You listen to the doctrines that they're teaching. You listen. Hey, listen to the Bible translations they're using. Listen to the things that are coming out of their mouth and their doctrines. And if their doctrines don't match up with... See how simple this is? You don't have to wonder, just because you saw my finger up in the air and you said, you know, Da Vinci used that same thing. You don't have to wonder. If you just listen to what comes out of a person's mouth, then you get it. then you understand, hey, this guy, he's a liar. He's not telling the Word of God. He's not telling the truth. And so, Danny, by the way, I didn't draw the picture. And you're not the first person that's ever said, yeah, why is he making Masonic hand gestures? And I'm going, I've read a lot of Masonic manuals, and I'd never seen that one. But Tex Mars has put it out there that there's at least probably everybody's in the Illuminati but Tex Mars. And just on the basis of a photograph alone, that does not mean anything. And I'll say this. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, okay? Photograph going around on the internet of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and I'm going to talk about him today, where it looks like they have their left hand over this side of their heart, okay, or this side of their chest, and everybody's going, those people are crazy. They hate America. Look at their hands. It's the left hand. Oh, come on. Somebody took a photograph and reversed it, okay? So you don't judge Barack Obama on the basis of a photograph that you saw that was you don't do that. What you do is you judge what comes out of his mouth, and I'm going to talk about what comes out of his mouth today. Just very quickly, Curtis wrote in, "Hi, Pastor, these hand gesture videos can be so deceptive. My dad was born without thumbs, and instead of pointing with his first finger, he always pointed with the second finger. So in a photograph of him, that would mean he's throwing out the bird." Susan, I appreciate that. I mean, that's my point there. Don't go around judging everybody in emails and Facebook postings and everything else on the basis of a photograph, okay? Listen to what they're saying, and I'm going to talk about what they're saying. Let me do this. Let's talk about the Illuminati for a minute, okay? The Olympic torch, the flame of Olympus, was lit, and it's on its way to London. Now, again, some people will say, yeah, I think there's something bad going to happen. And I've heard that. There's been a lot of people and a lot of talk on the internet in the conspiracy realms. There's been a lot of people saying that there's going to be, what is it, 100,000, 200,000 people going to die at the London Olympics. And they're basing that on YouTube videos or whatever. And people are asking me, are you going along with this? And I want you to notice that I have not made a Watchman video broadcast or a Pastor Mike Online broadcast or anything else about a suspicion of a catastrophic event at the